So, to tell you about the first Lampshade Brigade tour. Now, first I'm going to tell you what the Lampshade Brigade is. The Lampshade Brigade it has always sort of been the theater side of the Pangea House, and it is named in honor of I believe a play that a friend of everybody's, Sean Cross, had written when he was a kid, and it's sort of this play that kind of has a bit of infamy of its own about a guy talking to a lampshade. Now, the tour itself was part of Jasmine Wolf's Jasmine's senior project, and she needed somebody to direct. She wanted to produce a theater tour, a DIY theater tour. And so she asked me to help direct. And so we chose a script. It was on Conrad Davidson, now the dean of College of Arts and Sciences, one of his scripts. And we rehearsed it and produced it. It was weird, a weird show, and booked this tour. And a bunch of us drove around the Midwest in a minivan, and it was just it was the first tour I had ever been on. It was the first tour, I think, for a lot of us, and it was great. I don't think you couldn't have asked for a better tour as far as memories go. There was drama as far as, like, we were meeting one of the members in Minneapolis for the first night. There was a snowstorm that had closed Highway 94, so we had to go all the way down to Aberdeen and across. And we got stuck at one point after a show, and a friend of ours had to come save us in the North Woods of Minnesota. And there was one point where Jacob Broughton rode a drunk guy like a horse in a bar. So there was all these. It was just this hot and heavy week of travel and doing this play and doing improv, and it was just all these emotions, and it was incredible. And it ended with a really great show in Spearfish, South Dakota, and they were really great to us. We went out to eat. I don't know if we ate before or after the show. Anyway, then we all loaded up in the van, and instead of spending the night, we drove all the way back to Minot from Spearfish. And for some reason, I sort of, in my mind, it was like, I felt like Spearfish was like 4 hours away, but it is a significantly longer drive than that. So we got back in the middle of the night, and went to bed, and we had our final homecoming show then that next night. And I just remember the feeling of getting home to the Pangea House, where I wasn't a member of the collective yet at that point. I was just sort of, I'd come to some shows. I had, I was friends with Jake and Daniel mainly, and they were kind of involved before I was. And we got home, and we came into the Pangea House, and it was all like set up for us. Like, there was seats, everything was kind of set up for us to do a show, and I wasn't really anticipating that. And it was just so, there was the Christmas lights that hung at that original space, and everything was just sort of, it was magical, and it was just packed in with people. All of our friends and family were there for the performance, and it was in so many ways. I mean, I speak a lot about that tour and about what that whole experience meant. It was a huge milestone for me as an artist. But I really do remember that night. And there was a couple really choice photographs that Frank took that kind of just show everybody sitting there, and it was just a big night for me. And I think it was a big night for a lot of us. Just sort of, it was just an awful lot of work, and it was awfully successful. and something we could all hang our hats on. So that is my Pangea house story.